Hey folks, an unusually long video today, and I'll explain that in a moment. But first of all, let's look at what we're doing. We're making spider tokens. Raster of the Endless Web is one of the two cards that does that. When your opponent casts a spell, create 3 spider tokens. So really hard to recreate. You have to hope your opponent casts a spell. And Broodweaver, when this creature dies, create a spider token. Those are the only 2 creatures that create them. So I've either got to sit and hope my opponent casts a spell, which, by the way, if you think that through, is invariably going to be a spell that kills the creature. So it's going to kill my Araster. Or I have to kill the Broodweaver, or hope my opponent does that for me. But there we go. Anyway, normally I would cut these videos down to a couple of minutes, cut to the chase, and show you the token and talk about the artist and so on, and check the token works and does what it says. What I've done in this case is I'm letting you see the full, very nearly 10-minute long game, and you can enjoy some of the frustrations I have to go through to produce these videos, a peek behind the curtain. And this is one of the many frustrations. The shuffler in this game is garbage. So in no time at all, I have drawn 3 Arasters. And I only want 1. And I'm not sure I even want 1 because what I really want is a Broodweaver. So there we go. I've got a Raster on the board. My other thought process going on here now is I've got 7 power of creatures already on the board. My opponent only has 44 life. How many turns do I have before I need to make things happen before Greg dies? So I'm thinking that through as well. I want to talk about the artist as we go along, actually. So Araster of the Endless Web is on the board, and the artist that created the spider token also made a raster for us. So we can talk about him now. He's called Sam Rowan. He's Scottish, lives in Riyadh now, but he's travelled around the world. He's worked in London, New Zealand, and all over. He's done 23 cards for Magic the Gathering, including Araster, the spider token, which we will see at the end, and Ray of Ruin. I think that's one everyone knows and uses. The Colour of Magic favourite. It's an 11 cost card, so it's definitely a Colours of Magic favourite. But that's really a fraction of what Sam Rowan has produced. So Sam is a digital artist and a sculptor as well, but he's done concept art for the most incredible array of movies. He has quite the CV. So he's done, let me just look, I've written a list down here. He's done concept art for all the Fantastic Beasts kind of pre-Harry Potter world movies. So Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald, all of those. X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers movies, Paddington. But he's done tons of work for Disney, Marvel, all of those organisations. Absolutely brilliant artist. Like all of the artists I talk about, or nearly all of them, they have websites. You can go on their websites, and for a relatively small amount of money, typically the cost of a month's VIP in Magic Puzzle Quest, you can get a signed artist's proof of a Magic card or something else that they've produced. So if you're interested in a present for yourself or a souvenir or gift for someone else that you know that likes that kind of thing, I think it's an absolutely brilliant thing to do. And a lot of these artists do scrape by, they're not driving Lamborghinis. So yeah, support the artist if you're able to. And if, you think that would be a thing of value to you. Personally, I like something that's personalised, autographed, and so on. Anyway, here I am. I'm killing my own creatures here with Death Sprout because, as you can see, I'm getting close to killing my opponent, and I still haven't got close to getting a spider token. Of course, I'm drawing nothing but Death Sprouts now because the shuffler isn't broken at all, promise. One of the great things about Lord Winggrace, let's just talk about that for a minute, is its A1 produces all these black activate gems which draw cards and give them 5 mana. So you can really, really have a busy active hand with lots of mana generation. There we go, look, 3 in a row there. So I'm going to draw 3 cards and they're all going to get 5 mana. So really, really powerful Planeswalker from that point of view. Let's see what we've got. Now, what we're looking to do is get Broodweaver, get it into play, kill it. Oh, blast. I've got a Cascade and I've put that Griselbrand into play here. So I'm going to have to kill that because you can see Greg is pretty much dead next turn otherwise. Yeah, no, we won't do that. More Death Sprouts because the Shuffler is just beyond a joke, isn't it? Cards in my hand I don't need, so we clear those out. And let's do a bit of draw. Yay, when we got our Broodweaver. So happy days. I'm going to try and get that into play. I still need to kill my own creatures here so that I don't kill my opponent and have to replay the game all over again, which, let me tell you, I have to do that quite often to get the right setup. So here we go. So I think I do it this turn or next turn? Next turn, I think. Just drawing nothing but Broodweavers now. I don't know if I've mentioned it in this video yet, but the Shuffler's fine. Doesn't really matter what else I draw here. So I can, well, I need to kill the cats now, don't I? Because otherwise I'm going to kill my opponent. But I also need to kill that Broodweaver. So I need a little bit of luck and a little bit of magic. So let's see what we can do. And that was lovely. Really nice Cascade. And that's why you're seeing this video. So we kill that and it makes our spider token. And we kill the cats so that we don't kill our opponent. And now I have to sit and cross my fingers and hope that my opponent doesn't kill the token. And you'd be amazed how often that happens. We get the token into play after 10 minutes of frustrating gameplay, and my opponent ups and kills it with a creature with Berserker and haste. There's often swearing, but never on the video, don't worry. Right, here we go. No, maybe next turn I'll do that. Let's look at our token. Come on, Greg. Get out the way. There we go. So right now I would cut everything up to this point and say, hey, look, here's our spider token. That was easy. So here it is, spider. It's rare. It has reach. It's 1/2. It's green and has the creature type spider. And that's it. It doesn't do anything else. It's a useful little stopper, isn't it? Because it has reach. It'll block Greg doing something nasty to you for one turn. And you've seen how insanely difficult it is to get them on the board. Unless you're using Populate or some other shenanigans, some other card that, you know, reinforces things for you, you're never going to get a stack of these. So, yeah, frustrating card indeed to produce. And there's the artwork, and I've already talked through the wonderful Sam Rowan, who is, I think, a terrific artist, and just makes some really, really nice things. So, yeah, I think that's a beautiful picture. The head, actually, I let you into a little secret. I am actually an entomologist by trade. That was how I started off in life, and that head is more like an ant's head with some extra eyes glued on. But I'll let Sam have it as a spider because he's an artist, not a zoologist, and I think it's a really nice piece of work. And that's the spider token, and thanks for staying to the end.